Hello everybody, Final Miner here, back for the next episode of our Let's Play. And last time we were getting ready to do the ore processing building. And we got our, our crusher up. And we got a little bit of floor around it to make it look all nice, looking nice. And so I think what we're going to do today is go ahead and work on the actual building itself. And so the first question I asked was, what are we going to use for the floor? I think we're going to use this. I think this looks pretty good. And this is the rusty plate. Rusty plate. Let's go ahead and see how much of that we can chisel. Chisel's going to break at any second. But yeah, I figured this is going to be a little bit different from our power plant. You kind of want your power plant to look clean and nice, right? You don't want too much dirt getting into the electronics or whatever. I don't know, maybe I'm overthinking it. But this is a place where rocks get crushed up and metal ore gets sucked out of it. You kind of expect it to be dirty. This one has a nice connected texture, so that's part of the reason why we're going with that. And it also, like I said, it just kind of has that dirty look to it. So this looks like something you might actually find on a factory floor, or even a like an ore processing floor. So we're gonna run out of this pretty quickly. That's obvious. Well, we'll go ahead and get this outlined if we have enough. Kind of get an idea of how it's going to look. Okay. And I still haven't quite decided on what the size of the building is going to be. Something like this. I think this is going to do okay. This will give us room to have this fella here for crushing, and then later when we build the arc furnace, that should give us 1, 2, 3, 4. That should give us about 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, that should give us about a 3 by something for the arc furnace. I think the arc furnace is actually wider. I don't remember, but it's going to be fine. Sun's going down. We need more blocks. Let's head inside. I was trying to think of where to stick our first ender lily. Yeah, that's where it went. It does have access to the sky, and I can kind of keep an eye on it. Yeah. How many times do you think that thing's going to damage me before I finally move it somewhere else? Yeah, probably 20 or 50 or more. Last time I think I made 2 sets of this, so I'm going to go ahead and go with 3 sets this time. There we go. And I believe these go in the plus pattern, not the corners. Nope, I was wrong. There we go. Alright, factory blocks. Stack and a half. That's pretty good. Stack and a half is pretty good. Yeah. I always, I call that my critical sleep, where I run and jump into bed. I've thought about making a video just to be silly, where I do all kinds of things, like I jump and then do the action and call it critical shear, critical jump in bed and go to sleep, critical fall off of a cliff and die. So you can kind of tell how funny that would be. Yeah, maybe not as funny as I'm thinking right now. Yeah, maybe not. We'll see. I'll have to convince myself to actually go and make the video first. So while we're at it, why don't we just go ahead and plan a place for the arc furnace or whatever it's called. There we go. That way we don't just waste time. Arc furnace. So that would be, looks like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, yeah, it's way bigger than the crusher then. So that's going to be a 5 by 5. And I don't even know that that's going to end up being our main smelting thing, but it'd be kind of nice to leave room for it. Because we have this space, I think this is actually the perfect amount of space for another crusher. 1, 2, so that'll be 5. I think this is 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, it is. And obviously it's the correct length. So how about let's just plan this is going to be another crusher right here. I think that makes sense. There we go. I learned from my mistake last time. I made 18 blocks to do this border when I needed 20. There we go. And to fill that in, you know what, we'll just stick cobblestone there for now. When it gets filled in finally, we're not going to see it, and until then, who cares? Okay, so we'll have to decide where the door is. Probably right around here, say, because that'll let us have, you know, a nice path coming over to it, and then some steps to get up to the floor level, and then we'll walk in the door here. Okay, so how much space does that leave us over here? I don't remember with the arc furnace. I don't remember if it gets powered in the back or not. So let's try to bring that out by 1. So let's say it's gonna sit right here. Nah, let's say it sits right here. Okay. Yeah, that's kind of close to the door. Kind of close. We may have to bump that a little. We'll see. And then going across, that's 2, 3, 4, 5, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. Okay. So this is our plan for the arc furnace. And we're probably going to outline it with caution stripes too. In fact, why don't we just go ahead and do that? So let's see, 5 by 5 by 5. That'll be 25 plus 4, so it should be 29. Is that right? Really? Is that correct? 29? Huh. Okay, yeah, I guess it's 29. I mean, the math seems correct. We'll see if my math is as bad as usual. Tear up the floor. Oh yeah, it's way off. Wow. I really want to know how I screwed that up. See, here's what I was thinking. It's a 5 by 5 space, right? 5 by 5. And so that gives me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And there's, oh, I did 5 by 5. And so I said 25. Actually, it should be 5 times 4 sides. That'd be 20. And then there's also the corners plus 4. So I should have had 24. Instead I said 29. Yeah, okay. Okay, yeah. Learning math time. Apparently this is learning math time for me. And we're definitely going to move that door. I mean, look at it. There's not a whole lot we can do with this space over here anyway. So I think what we'll do is we'll move the door over a bit. Do we have enough? I think we actually have enough. Let's count it out. 4? Okay. Don't worry, I can definitely count to 4. There. I won't lie, I was getting a little nervous after I said that. Yeah, I can definitely count to 4. Wait, what if I screw up? Wait, oh, how stupid am I going to look? Okay. I like it. I like it. We're going to have to figure out how to feed these, though. Before we get too much more complicated, we're going to have to figure out how to feed this. So my goal is to feed it with belts. I did notice that there's now a splitting conveyor belt. A splitting conveyor belt. So I think maybe what we'll do is we'll plan to have one conveyor belt coming in the back here. You know, we're going to load our ores from the back. They'll come onto the belt. They'll come above these blocks to right about, say, here. That's the middle, right? Right about here. And up above here will be a splitting conveyor belt. And then from there, they will come over to the side and drop off in each of the grinders. That should turn out pretty well. Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to go check what we need for the conveyor belts, and I'll get it all ready, and I'll be back in a second. Okay, so I checked on it, and it's pretty cheap. 3 belts, 1 iron ingot, and you get 3 splitting belts. So, you know what? How about we just go ahead and make it. There we go. So now I have to decide how we're going to lay this out, because I remembered that we also have these vertical belts. Yeah. And so, I don't know, maybe we could make some use out of those. Oh, and they stand free too. Oh, nice. Yeah. We might be able to make some kind of use out of that. But what I was thinking was maybe we would have them go... we can't do that because this is going to be an output. Yeah, it's going to output here. Anyway, I was thinking maybe we could do something like this, and then have the regular belts run up to them like this. That's the wrong way. There it goes. And then have it angle up. If you don't know, you can make the belts angle differently by shift clicking them. Shift right clicking them with a hammer, and that'll make it go through all the different angles. But yeah, so maybe a splitter. Move the bigots to the side. Anyway, and then we could bring in the items on a belt here, and they would get split, picked up, and then stuck into the whatchamacallit, the grinder. Yeah, might have trouble placing that one. I think we can just rotate it like that. Yeah. So that would work perfectly. However, like I said, there's an output slot here, and that would block it. So, whatever. Looks like I can break it with that. I don't really want to use my hammer durability. I know in Railcraft, CJ kind of intends you to use the crowbar to break up your track. It's intended to be a good tool, especially for working with track. But it seems like they wear out really quickly. So I always end up using my pickaxe anyway. Okay, so probably we're not going to do it like I just said. Probably we're going to have it, yeah, going like this. And a different belt that we're going to use is the dropping conveyor belt, which requires an iron trapdoor and a regular conveyor belt. And I had one of those ready, so we'll go ahead and use that. Let's see, there it is. And then we'll rotate it. I'm not sure it matters too much, but that's not what I wanted. I can't remember. Maybe those drop into an inventory below them, because we can just do it like this. right? This is going to work. Anything that falls here is going to get dropped into the crusher. Can I stick a belt here? Yeah, it doesn't want me to. Anyway, so maybe we'll just leave it like this. I mean, honestly, it's the same thing, really. It's the same thing. And we'll do a splitter, see if we can get it to go the right way. Basically not. Oh well. And honestly, we only have one crusher right now. We may not even want a splitter here. We may not even want to do it that way. So how about we just lay out some regular conveyor belts. Now, one thing I haven't played with is getting these to turn. It's the edge of the building. Oh, I forgot. There's also the covered conveyor belt, which basically it turns a conveyor belt into a full block. Items can still pass through it, but you can't pick up items that are on a covered conveyor belt like you can a normal one. And also, I think this is probably a pretty good way to have a belt pass through a wall, which is what we're about to set up. Let's take a look at that. I think this is going to look pretty good. It's a little off center, but you know, it happens. So let's see. We have our covered conveyor belt there. Okay, yes. Looks good. So if we toss an item in here, it'll come over and get redirected over here and dropped in. Excellent. And then to get items onto the conveyor belt, we can use just about anything. I think you can just attach conduits or anything to these guys. I know you can attach hoppers. So that shouldn't be too much trouble. Yeah. Well, one of them got through. Yeah, there's another one. Is there a limit to how often it can catch? Or do I just have to do a good job of throwing it? Seems like some of them want to go and some of them don't. Oh, that's odd. Maybe the crusher picked them up, stuck them in its inventory. So I guess the first thing we'll get out of this is whatever it crushes cobblestone into. Let's see, crusher. Gravel. Yeah, so gravel should be the first thing we get out of there. Okay, that's fine. And then eventually we'll need a switch or something. You can just stick a regular lever on it and it'll run just fine. In the end, we may end up having it computer controlled or something like that. So we may have a redstone conduit. But for now, I think a lever is good enough. So the next thing we have to decide is what to do with the walls. Like, what kind of walls are we gonna put up on this thing? We've already said we kind of want it to look a little dirtier. We want it to look a little more, rugged and worn out. Like some actual real dirty work is taking place here. So we may do some brick. We may do something else with it. We'll just have to see. And we need to get power over here eventually. Okay, so I'm going to go look at some chisel blocks and kind of see what we think looks good, and then from there we'll decide what kind of oh, did I? No, I didn't. I did it right. We'll see what kind of walls we want to put up. Okay, so I think we're going to go with a chiseled version of cobblestone. Yeah, especially these, which are the weathered brick. Yeah, weathered bricks version of cobblestone. Cobblestone actually has some really good looking chiseled versions. These are plain bricks. These are weathered bricks. Okay, they look really similar. Anyway, this should give it a little bit more of a, I don't know, kind of a worn out look. I really like these big brick textures they've got on it. Kind of makes it feel like, I don't know, maybe similar to a cinder block building. Something that people put together without trying to make it look too pretty. Yeah, and yes, I know. The irony is we're going to put a lot of time into making it look pretty. Or some time at least. So let's go with that for now. See how it turns out. I'm thinking of how to detail the building. And I think what we're going to do is use scaffold in the corners. So something like this. And that'll be useful for a couple of reasons. One, it'll give us that nice kind of scaffold look in the corner and help it to match up with the main base a little bit. But it'll also act as a ladder. If we need to get up on the roof, we can always use the scaffold as a ladder to get up there. So I think we're probably going to need a lot of these. Yeah, we're going to need a lot of the scaffold, and we're going to... Oh, I hadn't thought of that. That's going to show through. So we'll have to think about what to put under it and behind it to make it look good. But we'll get the walls up for now. Some details can wait until last. And there. I think for the roof, that's probably where we're going to make this building look different from the others. Oh. No. No. I think the roof is where we're going to make it look different. We're probably going to apply some stuff to make this roof look a little bit more like it's got chimneys on it. Maybe smokestacks, something like that. One thing we could use would be the smoker from Railcraft. Bee smoker, not the bee smoker. The smoker. The smoker will actually, it's like it says, emit smoke particles. It'll make it look like the building is actually putting off smoke in the top. So that could be cool. That could be a good thing. Go get some more cobblestone. I'm gonna have to make some more treated wood for the corners too. So oh, and before I forget, builder's wand. Definitely time to use that. I'm going to come back when I've got some of the resources made up, because that's just going to be basic crafting. Okay, so I'm working on building the treated wood that we need, and I've come up with a slightly better way of making it. We've got the fluid tank here pulling out of the drum, like before, and now we have it pushing into a forestry work table. And the difference is when you lay the crafting recipe up here, it's not going to use whatever's in these slots. It only uses whatever's in the bank down here below. These are basically ghost slots. So when I craft it, it will use up some of the wood in one of the buckets, but it won't empty out the recipe. So, interesting. What? Not sure what that means. Oh, this was a recipe that I used. Okay. It just remembers the last several recipes. So instead what I can do is toss my 3 buckets in here and do like this. And then take the 3 buckets out. It's not perfect, but it's faster. Okay, so we've got our stuff. We're ready to do some more building. Got a builder's wand. I'm going to use the builder's wand. Okay. So this is probably me not knowing how to change the controls. That's probably what that is. Builder's wands. Change fluid mode, change mode, M. Let's change that to G, or H, or J, or K, or L. Wow. Y, U, I. That'll be easy to remember. It was only like the 30th mode that I've tried. Wait, what? Extend left and right from the original block. No building on top. Extend up and down from the original block. No building on top or bottom face. What? How can you build up if you can't build on the top face? What in the world does that mean? See, that is useless. That's totally useless if it won't let me build on the top face. So if I shift I, extend left and right from the original block. Okay. Shift I again. Extend up and down. Oh, I get it. So it's horizontal or vertical is what it's doing. Oh. See, I can be a little slow sometimes too. You don't have to comment on that. No comments needed. So what I'll do is I'll just go ahead and build vertically here. And that should let me do it like this. Yeah. I figure this is about the right height. We are going to need a little bit of clearance to get into these things. So up to about 4 blocks, I guess. Come on, you. But then the arc furnace is going to be even higher. So, you know what? Maybe even 1 level up above that. That wouldn't be too bad. It'll make for a really big building, but so what? So what? We're not too worried about having a big building. And you go there. I may have to chisel up some more cobblestone, but that's about it. Okay, so let's see if this will favor me. Not quite. There we go. That should get it. Excellent. I think I picked it all up. It's just cobblestone, but anyway. Looks good. Looks good. Let's just do it like this time. Seems like it's a lot easier that way. Come on. Ow. See, this is the problem with the builder's wands. They just don't last that long. They speed things up a bit, not a ton. That might be 1 too tall. Yeah, that looks better. Yeah, I like the builder's wands. They just don't seem to last very long. And I I guess if I get to a point where I just don't care about how much iron I have at all, I can build a ton of them and just let them break. But I don't know. At that point it becomes kind of annoying trying to have so many of them in my inventory. Up we go. Okay. So we need more materials. No! No! I'm one block short. Ugh. I hope I have some cobblestone in here. Oh. Oh. Actually, I was 2 blocks short. And now that I look at it, actually I was 3 blocks short. So, I feel slightly less bad. Slightly. Barely. Let's put the finishing touches on here. Yeah, this scaffolding in the wall is definitely coming in handy already. Okay. So now for a roof. This is something I've tried before, and I thought it looked pretty horrible. I thought it looked pretty bad. I've tried creating kind of like the cooling towers that you would see on a nuclear power plant. You know, those huge round towers. Basically, they look like an empty tube that's fat at the bottom and it gets more narrow at the top. So I've tried building those before, and I think you have to build them really big before they look decent. So I'm not even going to try that on this one. We may just go with something really simple, like maybe stone slabs around the top, and then just have some smokers up on top. Something like that. Maybe we'll, you know what, let's try this. Let's see if we can find something that will make a good border for the top. Dent, that'll be similar to the stone one. That might look okay. Might look okay. I'd like something with a connected texture, but that also has a border. So dent may be the one we go with. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything else. Indented, I can't remember if that has a connected texture or not. Let's give it a shot. Well, that kind of defeats the purpose, doesn't it? Yeah, that does. Okay, so, and it has a kind of interesting looking texture to it. So let's go with that. Let's see, that was the indented. There we go. Not you. Not you. Never you. Except when I need you. And then definitely you. Oh, come on. Okay, so once we get this up, I'll show you what I mean by the stone slabs. I think I'll probably go ahead and have them border the top as well. And I may just do something different here for the surface. You know what? How about we add some glass to this roof? I think that's a good idea. I think that'll help it to look a little more interesting from the inside. Oh baby, look at that. We actually had enough to finish. That's fantabulous. So I'm not sure how many stone slabs we're going to need, but it's going to be several. Maybe a little more than a stack. I don't remember if we have any left over. We have 43. Okay. That's not too bad. Should be able to get pretty far with about a stack and a half total. Let's see. Yeah, that should do about what we need. Alright. Stone slab. We've actually been making really steady progress with our orchid garden. It's a 3x3 now instead of just a, wow, instead of just a like a five flower farm. And just from the beginning of the episode, we're up to 48 redstone now. So I think we're almost double. We had like 25, something like that. So just tending to that while I'm running past it is actually doing really well. Something you'll notice on a lot of, especially buildings that have a flat roof, is that they have a little bit of an edge to them that goes up. But then when you actually get up on top of it, it'll just be flat like a tar roof or something like that. Actually, maybe we'll go for something with a dark texture up there to kind of go along with that theme. I always kind of wondered about that, because if you've never been in a real factory, those things get incredibly hot. Incredibly hot during the summer. Now, why they want to have black up there, I'm not sure. I think it's just because the tar paper that they use is black, and that makes it waterproof, and they don't want to spend money to change the color. Because why would you spend money, right? Nobody's even going to see it. Why would you even bother? So this could be a good chance to use some abyssal stone. Let's see what kinds of stone we can get from it. We can get the blocks, which would look okay. Cobble. I wonder if these chisel. Do they chisel? Do you chisel? Do you chisel? Actually, how am I supposed to get... Oh, it does have a recipe. I'm just derping. Yeah. Gunpowder. But how do you get abyssal cobblestone? Interesting. Very interesting. We don't need abyssal cobblestone. Probably we'll go with the abyssal block. Something like that. More redstone. We probably don't have any fuel in there. Yeah, getting our auto smelting up is going to be one of our next tasks. Because, wait a second. I need the stuff I'm going to smelt too, don't I? Getting auto smelting up next is going to be important, because I am getting tired of having to manually feed 8 different furnaces. Okay, so we should be able to split that by 8, split that by 8. Perfect. One piece of coal coke can handle exactly 16 items. So that splits for us nice and neat. Again, this is why we automate, so we don't have to do all this by hand. So that's going to take a minute. How about we go ahead and cut here? I'll keep picking flowers, and once that's done smelting up, then we'll go ahead and lay down the roof. Okay, blocks acquired. Let's get up here and put a roof. Yeah, I said something about putting windows up, right? I actually haven't thought where we might put that yet. So maybe just one in the center. I think that would be good. Builder's wand. You know what? Okay. I give up. I give up. We're going to use a good builder's wand. And when I say good, I mean depending on how many diamonds we have. Wand. Depending on how many diamonds we have, we'll make a diamond builder's wand. Just so it'll last long enough to be useful. We have 27. Yeah, alright. Okay, killing me. But yeah, okay. No, this one. Alright. Extend left and right. Extend up and down. There we go. That'll make it a little easier, just because we're building on the roof here. Alright, and we'll go say, oh, we can build on top and bottom now. That's nice. Useful. Not important, but useful. So we've done 4 blocks here. Let's go 4 like this. Go ahead and build over from there. And there's a machine from Actually Additions that will let us repair. We may end up using that to repair our builder's wand. Since we've actually invested a diamond in it, we might as well... Oh, junk. Did I do something? Did I change the mode or something? I know I have enough blocks. Since we've invested a diamond, east and west, north, south, up and down. Well, good grief. East, west, up and down. Left, right, up and down. Horizontal. There we go. Okay, and that's fine with me. As I was saying before I was so rudely interrupted by my own self. You know what? I was probably... Oh no. Oh, we're out. Since we've invested a diamond in the stupid builder's wand, it'd be nice to be able to reclaim that by just keeping it in good shape. And we might even do that with our chisels too. The chisels are wearing out. I think I'm on my 7th or 8th chisel now. Something like that. So we've got 41. I don't know if that's enough to even... Wow. I don't know if that's enough to even finish up that roof. Ah, crap. Well, I think what we'll do is try to get some... Nope. You know what? I'm going to stop being so silly about it. We'll do it like this. It's okay if we waste a little bit of our fuel. And I'll be back when it's done cooking. Luckily, I thought to light this place up before we closed the roof off. Yeah, it would have been really, really, really disappointing if I had gone in there and there were creepers and they blew up our crusher. That would have frustrated me. What's the word I'm looking for? It would have frustrated me. Yeah. So we'll have these up in just a second. Come on, buddy. There we go. And I'm crossing my fingers. I hope that's enough to finish the roof. Please be enough. I don't feel like going and mining abyssal stone just to finish the roof. Oh, you know what? There's no way that's enough. $13. 4 by 3. Yeah, it's gonna have a gap. Yeah. Yeah. So we need like 7. We need just 7 more, and then we'll have a good completed ceiling up here, a completed roof. Let's go ahead and torch this thing up. Did that get everything? Not really. So we should be able to do it with 6 torches. Yeah, that gets it. Alright, well, I guess I'm going to get to take my new Tinker's hammer and go do a little branch mining back at the old base. Okay, so like I said before in a few episodes ago, I made a new hammer. It has a cobalt head and a cobalt plate. It also has a night slime plate, and then it has an ardite handle. So Petromore, hopefully when it breaks stone, that's going to let it repair itself. Momentum from the cobalt is going to make it mine faster the longer that I mine with it. You know, after you've been breaking blocks for a few seconds, it should speed up. And then crumbling will make it break faster the lower the mining level of the block is. So here's my first chance to use it. Let's see how it goes. Okay, I mean that's not bad. That's about the speed that you would expect from a, you know, iron pick, maybe. About an iron pick level mining speed. So that's not bad. Yeah, just trying to make sure my tunnel is lit up. Alrighty. I figure I'll probably go ahead and get some coal ore while I'm here. And then we'll go get some abyssal stone. And that's not going to be exciting at all. So I'll cut here. You're welcome. Okay, we've got the blocks. Let's finish this sucker up. Okay. Let's get more blocks. Let's get more blocks and then finish this sucker up. While we're up there, we might as well do the window. Okay, there. Man, if there were squirrels in Minecraft, I would never get anything built. There's no way. Absolutely. Okay, so boom and done. That's all it took. Alright, so for this glass, since we're doing a big window, let's do kind of like what we did with the greenhouse. Let's do a certain kind that will frame it, and then another kind to fill it in. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So that will be 18 plus 6, so 24. 24 should do it. Yeah, 24. So for this one, I think we did the asymmetrical leaded in the other building. Maybe we'll go with that again. But I also like this ornate steel. You know what? Let's just give this a shot. Let's just do it. Okay. For a kind of factory ceiling window, this doesn't look too bad. Yay, math. Yay, I did it. So now this is going to be a 3 by 7, I guess. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah. So that's just going to be 21. That math, anybody can do. And I think we'll probably go with, let's see, we did ornate steel. I wonder if the frame on that looks the same as the frame on this. That could actually be a nice kind of pairing there. Yeah, so the textures are actually pretty similar. It looks like they're using all the same colors at least. So this will look better once we actually get it finished. It does have streaks, but it's in the ceiling, so that's not quite so bad. So yeah, I kind of like that for a roof. For a roof window. I think it looks pretty good. Let's see what it looks like inside. No creepers. Sure, why not? Why not? I'd like to have a little bit of room free up there so we can add some of the smokers I was talking about. But yeah, besides that, looks pretty good. Tell you what, I'm ready to finish the episode, but let's go ahead and try adding a smoker. Let's see what the recipe looks like, and if it's not too bad, then yeah, maybe we'll make one. Smoker. Don't smoke, kids. Don't do it. Oh, those are actually pretty expensive in iron. Huh. Pretty expensive in iron. They also cost redstone, which we don't have tons of, but we have a pretty good bit of redstone coming in. Right? Like we're up to a full stack now. Whoops. Ah, darn. There we go. Whoa. Hello. You have something I need. Oh, come on. Where'd you go? This could be our first ender pearl. If we can find the guy. Did you come inside? Ah. He was nearby. I heard him. There you are. Oh yeah. Perfect. Ah. Oh. The ender lily has grown a couple of times, which is nice. Oh, there he is. He's under a tree too. Come on, quickly, quickly. Oh no. Did he really leave? He's in this. This is going to be one of those times, isn't it? Where you chase an Enderman around during the day. Wonder if I could push him off the ceiling, off the roof, and kill him that way. Oh, come on. Come on. Oh, baby. Oh, I love it. Ender pearl at last. Hallelujah. Ender pearl at last. Well, there's no reason to let this thing keep going. So I guess we know what we're doing next episode. We're taking our ender pearl. You know what? I'm not even going to put that in my hot bar to make sure I don't throw it. Next episode, we're going to be making some endstone for this thing to grow on. Yeah. So that's good. That means we're going to be able to get a decent start to our ender pearls. Yeah. So, what was I saying? What was I saying before the ender squirrel distracted me? I can't even remember. I literally have no idea. Maybe something in my inventory will remind me. I don't think so. Oh, smoker. Yeah. I was going to make a smoker. Come on. And then a piece of netherrack, I think. Give me a cauldron. Give me a smoker. Yeah. So maybe we'll go with some regular bricks for a smokestack. Do we have any worn bricks still? Doesn't look like it. Looks like I used all of them. Let's see. Oh, I did have some cobblestone. Let's go with 3 cobblestone. And maybe we won't use worn brick. Maybe we'll use... No, you know what? We'll go 3 tall. So we're going to need 24. Need another 11. Yeah. So we'll go with the weathered bricks, and I'll show you what I'm thinking here. Squirrel. probably wouldn't hurt to have one more block to do this, but yeah, so we'll kind of do a donut like this, because I love donuts. And then we've actually trapped our torch inside there. Hello, torch. Whatever, we'll just close it up. And then we'll stick the smoker in, not there. Stick the smoker in the middle. Right there. See how that looks from the ground. Oh yeah. Oh, look at that. That's a nice stack of smoke coming out of there. I think I may make it one block taller just so that we can see a little bit more of like a chimney there. And we just need 2 more. Weathered brick. There we go. And I'm not sure if I like the weathered brick. I don't know. The texture is almost too, like the little textured bricks are almost a little too big for it to look good. Or maybe we just need to come back in and add some more bordering to it. That'll probably clean it up, but it'll do for now. It'll be like the main base. I'll come back and look at it later and I'll think, that needs something. Here. You know what, let's grab this while we're at it. Alright, and that's probably way better. Two baguettes left. Okay, so I think that looks a little bit better from the ground. A little bit better. You can kind of tell that there's a chimney up there. And I'll stick another one in each of the other 4 corners. And that's going to look really good, I think. Really good. At some point, I'll probably build a building that's just kind of like an airship dock, so that whenever I'm flying an airship back home, I can just dock with it. I think having that building like that's going to look really good. And we'll probably change the bricks up there to make it look a little different. Make it look a little bit more like a chimney. But yeah, I'm happy with it. For now, I'm happy with it. And I hope you are too. I've probably gone on way too long again, as usual. Aim for 30 and hit 60. 60 minutes, that is. So anyway, come back next time. Watch the next video. Watch me derp some more. Yeah. I always seem to manage to find a way to derp. Yep. See you guys.